Sean, guess what we're making today?
Is it apple crisp?
Yeah, good guess. This is actually called Melanie's Apple Crisp. I call it that because it's a really good friend of ours, and this is her recipe that I always use. So I decided to use her name. It's been in her family for a long time, and she's always been like a mom to Sean growing up. So we're gonna make Melanie's Apple Crisp today. Welcome to our brick oven lifestyle. So this is my son, Sean, my favorite son, my only son, but you'd still be my favorite anyhow, I'm pretty sure. And he's going to help me today. I drug him away from the shop, working with his dad, making fireplaces and brick ovens to come over here and help me. So this will be exciting. I hope that we get along well and do a good job.
Yeah, I look forward to it.
All right, let's get started on the apple crisp.
Okay.
First, we need to talk about the apple filling. I used 4 Granny Smith apples. We did them into 1-inch pieces. Okay. Want to keep them uniform so they cook evenly. Always use hard apples, or not those mushy ones. And since I cut them up ahead of time, I also put just a little bit of lemon juice in with them in a bag so that they wouldn't start turning real brown. Then we're going to make an apple filling. So the ingredients we'll need to mix up together are 3/4 cup of sugar, 1 tablespoon of all-purpose flour, an 1/8 teaspoon of salt, and a 1/2 teaspoon of cinnamon. Very good. And then this is our apple topping ingredients. We have a 1/2 cup of the oatmeal, 1/2 cup of brown sugar, 1/2 cup of all-purpose flour, 1/8 teaspoon of baking soda, and 1/8 teaspoon of baking powder. All right, so I'll move these out of the way. You can take that other bowl. And we're going to make a filling to coat this with. So put the sugar in. One tablespoon of flour, all-purpose flour. Salt and cinnamon in. Let me help you a little.
Yeah.
Sometimes it gets a little sticky out here in the sunshine. And the cinnamon. Good job. And here's a little whisk. We want to get that mixed up nice and evenly. When you start seeing the brown color coming out, you know you're getting close.
Oh yeah, I smell the cinnamon.
Do you smell the cinnamon? Yeah. That's always a nice smell. So this is going to be a nice coating for the apples. You're doing a good job.
Thank you.
I should have you help more in the kitchen.
Yeah. Drag me away from work.
Exactly. Anything to get him out of working at the shop. He kind of likes coming over here and helping me. Now, go ahead and pour this mixture into the apples.
Okay.
Go ahead and mix those together, and try to use the edges of the bowl to mix the apple really well. That way you're not breaking the apple up too much. But we want to just get all those apples coated really well.
Sure. That's
going to give all the apple a nice even flavor. Looks good. It smells good. You can really smell that cinnamon. Looks good, Sean. Now, let's go ahead and put the apples into the pan. We're going to use a 9-inch, you can use an 8-inch, 9-inch cast iron skillet. It already has a seasoning on it, so I'm not going to add any more to this pan. So go ahead and put that right into the skillet, and we'll just make sure it's even once it's dumped in. I'll help you with it. It's nice to have 4 hands sometimes. There we go. It's so pretty in the sunlight, glistening. So we finished our apple filling. Now we're going to make the apple topping. What's going to go on top of all of this?
All right.
We're going to use a 1/2 cup of the oatmeal. So
Okay.
go ahead and pour that into our bowl.
Sure.
And a 1/2 cup of brown sugar. It's going to make it nice and sweet, but not too sweet, just right. 1/2 cup of all-purpose flour. An 1/8 teaspoon of baking soda. And an 1/8 teaspoon of baking powder, which look a lot alike in the bowl together. And then let's mix that up and get that combined before we add our last ingredient, which is going to be the butter.
Yeah.
A lot of mixing involved,
That's okay.
but that's how you get the even taste in the dish.
Yeah.
You don't want just one sugar in one spot. Well, unless you happen to get that area of the apple crisp. All right, that looks good. I'll take that. Now go ahead and put the butter in. I tried to cut it up into small pieces. It's still chilled, and we want to try to keep it as cold as we can. Oh, it's starting to melt a little bit.
Yep.
And being outside is going to melt a little bit. We're just going to get that butter covered up and coated so it's not going to stick to the cutter as easily. This is our pastry cutter. I know you haven't used this yet, but basically all you do is just push down. You're going to smash up that butter into smaller pieces. It's going to get kind of gunked up a little bit, but that's okay. We'll just use a spoon and get rid of it, or kind of get that out of there after you get it crunched together. We're just trying to get that butter into small pieces. Good. You sure you haven't done this before?
I don't think so.
Oh, maybe when you were little you were just playing with that or something.
Yeah, I might have been.
I was always into the pots and pans. That looks good. All right.
Clean
And then
it
I'll
off.
help you with that. Turn it up. It's pretty good. Sometimes I use my fingers to mix this up, but with this crumble that we're making, it is a little bit easier to use the pastry cutter on this. Now, you want to bring the apples over,
Sure.
and then we'll pour these on top. The easiest way I found is to just kind of pour them in the center, pour the crumble in the center.
Do you want me to get the spoon?
Yeah, and then from the center, try to push it out to all the sides so it covers up the apple,
Okay.
all the apples.
Do I want to keep it on top?
Yeah. We want to, yeah, just try to evenly push around and try to use the corner of the spoon a little bit, like kind of like this, to scrape it.
Okay.
It might work a little better. That looks really good. Nice work. So we're ready to put the apple crisp in the oven, and we're going to put it in the oven at 375 for about 40 minutes. Well, the timer just went off, so let's check the apple crisp and see if it's done.
Okay.
Yes, it smells good. Bring it over here to the table. Thank you, Sean. Oh yes, that looks perfect. That's what we're looking for. Get you just a little bit more. There. All right. Try that.
It's real good.
Is it good?
It is.
Are the apples cooked all the way through, but not too? too kind of
just
mushy? Oh, okay, we have to make that again together. Yay! Thanks for cooking with me, Sean.
Thanks for feeding me.
Yeah.
Like apple crisp.
Yes.
All right, start with that. Thank you, Sean, for helping me today. I hope you had fun.
I did.
Good, because you get to actually eat what you make, and
Yeah.
I tried to pick something that you would really enjoy. I knew you liked apple crisp.
Definitely.
So, thank you for helping me today. Good job. If you enjoy our videos and like the brick oven lifestyle, please feel free to subscribe so we can send you new videos and updates.